Oh, sorry. My mic wasn't turned on. Okay. Again, we're starting today's stream first. We're watching a SAT vocab. Then we're doing our vocabulary, then reading them. All right. Without further ado, let's get started.
Imagine you're taking the official SAT. You're sitting in a classroom, feeling confident about your prep, and then these words show up on a vocab question. Beguiling, dogmatic, circumspect, pervasive. I'm cooked, is what you might be thinking, but I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid the situation and never miss an SAT vocab question again. Yo, this is Pingu from Cracked, and let's talk about SAT vocab. There's two formats that show up. What choice completes the text with the most logical and precise word or phrase? Or, as used in the text, what does the word blank most nearly mean? The way to approach these problems is by 1. Understanding context clues, basically understand the tone of the sentence, relationships between sentences, and how the word fits in. You can try filling in the blank with the word you think makes sense in the context, and then look for a synonym in the answer choices. Second is by process of elimination. Cross out words you clearly know are wrong to narrow down your choices and focus on potentially correct options. And third is to guess what the word means by analyzing its prefixes, suffixes, and root meanings. The first two tips, most people do instinctively, but the last one, getting familiar with word parts, can really save you in a pinch when you have no clue what the word means. Alright, so a word has three main components, or parts. Prefix. This comes at the beginning of a word and modifies its meaning. The root is the core of the word and carries the primary meaning. A suffix appears at the end and often changes the word's function. For example, in the word invincible, in means not or without. When you see in at the beginning of a word, it often negates what follows, like invisible or insignificant. The root vink means to conquer or to defeat. It carries the core meaning of overcoming or winning, like convince or victory. And the suffix ible means capable of or able to be. Putting it all together, invincible literally means not capable of being conquered or unable to be defeated. So now we can break down a word, but how do you actually learn the meanings of these word parts? We made a tool for it for free here at crack.it/vocab, where you can learn all the common SAT vocab words that have appeared on past exams, important words that you should be familiar with, as well as all the common word parts that you need to know, or you can just search it up online. You don't need to memorize these, but just studying them for like 10 minutes a day will really build your intuition, so be sure to add it to your study routine. Alright, let's try out this problem. You don't, as well as all the common word parts, actually learn the meanings of these word parts. We made a tool for it for free here at crack.it/vocab, where you can learn all the common SAT vocab words that have appeared on past exams, important words that you should be familiar with, as well as all the common word parts that you need to know, or you can just search it up online. You don't need to memorize these, but just studying them for like 10 minutes a day will really build your intuition, so be sure to add it to your study routine. Alright, let's try out this problem. Professor Harrington argues that the most effective academic instruction avoids blank presentational material. Instead, it encourages students to question assumptions and develop their own frameworks for understanding complex concepts. Which word or phrase completes the text most logically? Beguiling, dogmatic, circumspect, pervasive. Looking at the relationship between both parts in the sentence, we want a word that contrasts with encouraging independent thinking and questioning assumptions. We need something that represents the opposite of this approach to teaching. So let's look at option A, beguiling. It has the root guile, which means deceit or trickery. The prefix be intensifies the meaning, like you'd see in befriend or belittle, and the suffix ing just makes this word into an adjective. So how do you infer the meaning of this word? When you see be intensifying a root about trickery, you can infer that beguiling describes something about deception, and this is a which means established belief or doctrine, and the suffix ik, which means to relate to or characterized by. So this just makes the word an adjective describing quality. So looking at the root dogma with the suffix ik, you can infer this as describing an established belief. which is actually what we're looking for, as this would contradict individual thinking. So maybe this is correct. Option C is circumspect. It has the prefix circum, which means around, which is found in words like circumnavigate or circumstance, and the root spect, which means look, or meaning to see, as in inspect or spectacle. So when you combine around and look, you get the idea of looking around carefully or being cautious and thoughtful before acting, which doesn't fit our context, so let's cross this out. Moving on to D, pervasive. The prefix per means through, which can be found in words like perfect or permeable. The root vas, which means vessel or go, has the meaning of going or spreading. And the suffix iv, which means having the quality of, this just creates an adjective. So when you combine through and go with the suffix indicating quality, you can infer that this word describes something that spreads throughout or is widespread. And this doesn't fit our context. And another way to infer the meaning of pervasive is with similar words like persuasive, which means having the quality of influencing through something, or invasive, which has the quality of going into something else. So pervasive, we can then infer, means to have the quality of spreading throughout. So the only option that works out is B, so dogmatic is the correct answer. I often get asked if it's even worth studying word parts or individual vocab words, and my response is that it's generally up to you and your goal score. There's around 10 vocab problems on the real SAT, meaning that there is a chance that for a handful of them, especially the ones that show up in Module 2, may have words that you do not know. Studying common SAT words, like the one we have on the cracked vocab list, as well as the fundamental word parts, will help you, but this will take time to learn. As an alternative, I highly recommend just reading daily and building intuition from there. Apparently, only like 11% of students actually read for fun, so just try it out for a week, pick up a random book or read articles online on topics that interest you, and it'll help you out in all aspects of the reading and writing section, not just vocab. So to break it down, the best way to study for SAT vocab is to learn these vocab words and word parts, but it is a time commitment and honestly not a last minute option, so you just gotta work on it a little bit every day. Regardless, definitely read every day, it'll actually change the game for you. If you're looking to crack the SAT and get your dream score, check out our prep platform at crack.it. It's super cool, and look at all these great scores and college acceptances from our students last season. Also be sure to join our Discord server. Bye.
Alright, so now we're heading on to our next session. Next section. This part, but actually we have another tool that's here, right? It's gonna be vocab similar. Okay, so how do we practice here? Um, mock examples. No, okay. Vocab, okay. Word parts, right? Mm, okay. I mean, I think it's a good resource, right? Um, I think we should do some vocab practice at 15. Abound, I think, it's like, it's gonna be abound. I think it's gonna be similar to bound. It's abound. I'm not sure. Could be is that something is bounded or something is unbounded. But if it's unbound, then I would say unbound. So I think it's something that is bound. Oh, okay, never mind. It's something that's boundless, kind of. Okay. Obscured. Obscured. This is going to be convoluted. Okay. Something that's obscured. Well, hidden or not clearly visible. Detriment. It's a negative. Detriment is like a negative word. That means putting into words is a bit hard, but it's something having a negative effect, something causing harm. Contrive. I think this is like cunning or something. Okay. To create something by deliberate use of skill and artifice. Okay, the engineer was able to contrive a solution. Okay. Enmity. It's gonna be it's like an enemy type thing. You have animosity kind of. Yeah, deep hostility. Diaphanous. Dia diaphragm. Diabolical. Diaphanous. I'm not 100% sure what this is. Light, delicate, and translucent. Okay. We're gonna exit. We're actually gonna go to word parts here and practice some. Hmm. All right. I'm gonna click pause stream here. That's fine. I'll just go without signing in currently. Uh. Okay. Um. Um. How to, okay. Well, this is not exactly. I'll just work with these, and then I'll go back with this later. Once I have that figured out. But what's the opposite of fast? It's gonna be slow. My antonym of transparent. It's gonna be opaque. Um, opposite ensnare. If you're ensnaring something, you're entrapping it with you. So if you're excluding it, it's gonna be the opposite, right? Bring it far away rather than close to you. It has a strong eye for detail. Attention. He has a strong attention for detail. Does that make sense? He has a strong focus. I think he has a strong eye for detail. The term ubiquitous, present everywhere. What is a baby adult called? Puppy. Synonym, antonym of mundane. Mundane is monotonous, everyday, ordinary. So extraordinary is the antonym. Esoteric. Esoteric references. Obscure, maybe, yeah. Synonym of fragile. Delicate. It's gotta be. Tawdry. It's very mm, vulgar. Okay. Never heard that before. Which one means a place where books are kept? It's gonna be a library. Magnanimous is generous and forgiving. CEO expressed her expressed her belief in the company's future growth. That does not make too much sense, right? If you're having belief in something, that's where you're thinking about the company's future growth. Faith is when you have faith in the company's future growth. Think faith. Confidence. Okay. Okay. Which word is similar to wash? Wash. Well, I think it's close. Synonym for pretty. It's gonna be beautiful. Magnanimous. It's gonna be generous, right? Fast is gonna be quick. Prosaic. Prosaic. Integrity is gonna be honesty. Oh, but antonym. Antonym of thin is gonna be fat. Antonym of truculence. Antonym of truculence. Hostile and aggressive mean similar, so I'm gonna go with gentle. Uh, Antonym for open is gonna be close, right? It's gonna be close. Didactic way of speaking is really poetic, instructional. Antonym of go, stop. They decided to reschedule the meeting, postpone the meeting. It's not good. 21 out of 25, okay. Gonna skip this for now. We're just gonna move on to this currently. Moving on. Moving on to this, right? Which choice most efficiently uses the data in the graph to solve the problems, right? Uh, okay, copper had been mined for many years, but large-scale commercial mining. All right. Well, I think we're just focusing on those three today, right? That's it for today. But later on, like tomorrow, we're gonna figure out the vocabulary and get that started. All right. Have a great day.